Welcome to this new video where I will finally be able to talk to you about Clutch. It's a new racing game with a big budget, a AAA, an open-world racing game like Forza Horizon that will take place in France. And yes, it exists. It's coming out soon. Today, I'll share a lot of information about the game, as we have the first trailer. I expect even more details in the coming days, since the game will be featured in the opening conference of the Summer Game Fest this weekend to show new footage of the game, maybe some gameplay, and more information about it. So first of all, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm obviously going to follow the news about this game very closely. I think it's a great project. And also remember to follow me on Twitch because I'm going to restream the Summer Game Fest conference on my channel to see what's announced for this game, but also to see everything else that's announced in general. PlayStation 5 versions of Forza Horizon 6 may also be released. Tonight, I'll be live for State of Play, PlayStation's video game conference. Remember to follow me using the link below, and if you have Twitch Prime, you can support me for free on my channel. So today we're going to talk about Clutch. It's the new racing game, and actually the first racing game developed by Maverick Games. It's a new studio that didn't exist a few years ago, simply because it was founded by former Forza Horizon developers who left Playground Games around 2023. Playground Games is the studio that still develops the Forza games, like Horizon 6, which just came out. Although it's the studio's first game, the team consists of highly experienced developers and open-world racing experts who created Forza Horizon, now the top game in that genre. It's a game with a big budget, and they've been largely funded by Amazon, so we're not talking about a small indie game starting with zero money and huge ambitions. Here, we're talking about a game that definitely has big ambitions, but they're credible ambitions. Clutch has several differences from Forza Horizon, but both share one key feature: amazing graphics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This features a photorealistic art style with stunning cars and impressive environments. You should know that the game was developed using Unreal Engine 5 for the graphics part, but not for the driving part. If I understood correctly, they made their own physics engine. That's actually good news, since, well, given that they're former Forza Horizon developers, we can expect the driving to be somewhat similar. It's a game that, as you'll see throughout the trailer, takes place in France. That's nice since few racing games are set in France. The only major one I know is Forza Horizon 2, which was set partly in France and partly in Italy. Here, the game will take place on the French Riviera. It's going to be an open world, and for now, we don't have a lot of information about the variety of the map, but we do know about the size of the map. But it will be France. It will be in the Alps Maritimes department, we'll have French license plates, and we'll probably have some really beautiful environments because, well, it's already beautiful over there. It's a gorgeous region. Plus, it's the original Forza Horizon team, so they excel at creating stunning environments. Another great update is the game will feature a story, which Maverick Games developers strongly emphasized. They aim for a different atmosphere than Forza Horizon. So yes, there will probably be references to Forza Horizon, maybe some little nods, but overall this game really wants to distance itself from Forza Horizon in terms of story and actually focus on the scenario and the narrative aspect. That's something that's absolutely missing from Forza Horizon. Even though in Horizon 6 they made a small effort with the whole "you're a tourist who becomes a famous driver" angle, it's not an amazing story either. For Clutch, we know we're going to have a much more detailed story that was written and designed by Jamie Britton. So maybe that name doesn't mean anything to you if you're from a generation after mine, but he's the creator of the series Skins. So it won't have anything to do with Skins in terms of story, which is a series that's, let's say, a bit dramatic. Here, it's just to let you know that there will be a real screenwriter who will write a real story for this game. We know that the game's story will offer two different worlds in which we'll progress little by little to discover new missions, maybe unlock new cars or new areas. The first world will be the R1K competition. This will be the part that's a bit more like official racing, maybe the part that's closest to a Forza Horizon in the end. We're not talking about a festival here. There will be official races, plus less official races with the Midnight Collective clan. So if I understand correctly, it's kind of an alternation between the world of somewhat official races, at least officially recognized, and a darker side, street racing. Although these trailers mainly show cinematics and not gameplay, they have a Fast and Furious vibe. They're dynamic and sometimes remind me of the opening race from Fast and Furious 2. There are still real in-game images, especially for car customization, which is good news. At first glance, well, there will already be plenty of pretty cool cars, even though, for now, we obviously don't have the full car list confirmed yet. We can see some R34's M3, SRX-7S Ford Focus, Megane, and Boxster. Not really any big hypercars. For now, it seems to be focused, from what I've seen so far, on, well, sporty cars, semi-sporty cars, and a bit of RP. But actually, the cars are customizable, and here we're talking about customization that's even more advanced than in Forza Horizon. We saw it in some clips. Obviously, we'll be able to change the rims, and we can also change the bodywork. With official parts, for example. Well, Porsche on the Cayman. We see official Porsche spoilers and other finishes. But we'll also have aftermarket parts from other brands to modify the body kit. We can do that too, which is great since it's missing from Forza Horizon. Customize your car's interior, including seats, steering wheel, and cup holders. You can put drinks in there if you want. Interior equipment that will come from real, well-known brands, like Recaro, for example. Obviously, there will be a paint shop, you'll be able to put liveries on these cars, and you'll also be able to. And I want to point this out because it's something that's currently missing in Forza Horizon. We'll finally be able to customize the exhaust tips and put neon lights on our cars. Well, it's a small detail, but these are things that actually aren't available in Forza Horizon. So, it's cool to see former Forza Horizon developers working on their own project. And of course, putting their own spin on it, or at least trying to surpass Horizon in certain areas to make a name for themselves. If you want more craziness and variety than Forza Horizon, here's another example. The trailer ends with police and a heist, which is why I mentioned the Fast and Furious vibe earlier. There are cars that seem to have certain gadgets, like grappling hooks, for example, to accomplish certain missions. Actually, at first glance, this game looks like a mix between open world and, let's say, the atmosphere. Very realistic, very vacation-like, very sunny, like Forza Horizon. And the story and customization, a bit like Need for Speed. Honestly, it's kind of the best of both worlds. There are probably a lot of other little details hidden throughout the trailer that was revealed by Maverick Games. I still noticed a few of them. There's the kit on the M3 GTR, which looks strangely similar to the kit from the M3 GTR in Need for Speed Most Wanted. In a cutscene, a working gas station appears in the background. Does this mean the game will expand its RP aspect to the point of letting players even fill up their cars during missions or in the open world? The entire customization sequence happens in a garage you could easily picture as one from a house in the game. I'm getting ahead of myself and mentioning things not confirmed yet, but maybe we'll see something like that. A bit of property ownership and roleplay would be great. For now, the game already checks many boxes. The police, or at least a story related to the police. Customization, with more options than in a Forza Horizon. Really beautiful graphics, the open world aspect, a storyline, missions. And we'll have more information. Once again, I'll repeat it during the Summer Game Fest. Just a reminder, Friday evening at, I don't know what time, it should be 8 p.m. anyway. I'll keep you updated, I'll schedule the live stream as soon as it starts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Out of everything that's been announced, there is still a bit of bad news, obviously, which is that we're going to need some patience. Because for now, Clutch is announced for a release in spring 2027 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Series S. So, no specific date for the moment, which seems to indicate that the studio is still leaving itself a bit of wiggle room, in case they need to push the game's release back a little further. And above all, well, it's still a year away, but honestly, that's a good thing. It's cool. Because it gives us time to enjoy Forza Horizon 6, and it will also give us time to enjoy GTA 6 as well. And most importantly, it gives them time to properly finish developing the game, so that it's absolutely perfect on release day. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to leave them in the comments. It's very likely, maybe even probable, that I'll have the chance to ask my questions about the game directly to the developers in a little while. So, I'll probably have some additional information to share with you, even though there might be some questions I won't be able to answer. But don't hesitate anyway. And well, let me know what you think. Overall, things are looking pretty good. That's it. In any case, I'm glad to see new franchises coming out, with a budget. And honestly, at first glance, they don't seem all that easy to criticize. Of course, it's really projecting a lot to say that. It's an ambitious project, but for now, well, it still checks a lot of boxes. So we'll see. I hope this video got you hyped. See you Friday for more game info. Thanks for watching. Bye.